Keeping me, keeping you. What have you been up to? I'm Rochelle. Let's get it started. Today's video is purely more on the education sense. I'm going to be looking at some things that you might know someone who, or you yourself currently going through it and can't quite understand, and or other people around you don't understand what's happening. So let's talk. This video is about education. It's about truly understanding why someone might be in a certain situation. Someone might be acting out. Someone might not just be themselves. And to view this in either your opinion or someone else's preference is there's this gap that people just aren't willing to accept. And for a lot of people who have had trauma, bad trauma, and can't express themselves or understand it at current, and there's this gap between them and the outside world. The gap that's running through the middle is pain, struggling, behavior, outbursts, and just that foggy, bubbling, like a war going off in your head. And this gap between you and the outside world is hard to break down the walls. For example, if you've walked up to some people and you've said something crazy to them, or you've interrupted a conversation because in your head you just needed to say something. You needed to get the message done, you needed to get it across, and it was either inappropriate or it made no sense. And then those people either walk away and leave you, or they say nasty shit about you. And then there's this gap. This gap is what needs to be broken. This invisible wall needs to be broken down. And people really need to see that. People need to understand that someone who has been through trauma might be in so much pain on the inside that they're just trying to get through their everyday life. It might be somewhere where they work, go to school, volunteer, and yet these people are making up crap about them, or they just don't understand what's happening to this person. So instead of these people asking, hey, maybe we should sit down, have a talk, conversation, they just overtly disappear. And you think, okay, let's close this gap. Let's talk, communicate. If you know someone and you've known them for a long time and you know their past, and you are that person who absconded because that was too hard for you, think about what this person is going through. Because not only does it hurt this person more, it makes their healing worse. It doesn't improve it. So let's break down the gap. For you, if you're sitting at home and you are either that person who is in pain, or you're that person who has made up crap about someone or left that person, close the gap. Think about your wording. Think about how you last treated that person, and especially think about when you walked away from that person. Because not only is this person who's dealing with trauma, pain, heartache, but there is a deeper and darker side. And that dark side hurts. It hurts more than, that hurt. This is where you're trying to escape the earth. You're trying to leave. So for all these people who have issues, who don't know how to communicate, and who have their own opinions and their own preferences, but can't see or be past this little gap, this education needs to happen. This stigma that is attached needs to just stop happening. The reason why I ask someone, what have you been up to in my videos, is because I want to know, what have you been up to? I want you to walk up to that friend or even that acquaintance, that person who might be sitting across from you in your workplace, who you think is a little bit odd or might be a little bit outlandish or the behavior might be inappropriate. Ask them, what have you been up to? Break down the wall, break down the gap, have a coffee with them. If they don't drink coffee, have a milkshake, have a water, but just ask them, what have you been up to? Because you might actually start to realize that this person is in pain, and you will break down the wall, this gap. So that has been 6 minutes of me trying to do a short and quick introduction on some education issues. I will be talking to you until next time. This has been Rochelle from Keeping Me, Keeping You. What have you been up to? Bye for now.